Hello, ladies and gentlemen, good people of planet Earth. This is Jed from Your Guitar Academy. Today we're going to be looking at Jessica by the Allman Brothers Band. Okay, so first things first, we're going to be in the key of A. So this song is interesting. It's a harmonized guitar melody. So we're going to look at the Dickie Betts part rather than the Duane Allman part, because the Duane Allman part is like a harmony to this melody. If you like this video and you want to learn more and maybe look at that harmonized melody, let us know in the comments. So just before I teach the melody, interestingly, this was written as a tribute to Django Reinhardt. So when we look at what we have to play here on the fretboard, you can play this first theme of the tune just with your first two fingers. I don't know where they got the name from, but I like that it's a tribute to Django Reinhardt. I think that's cool. The main theme is played over an A major and a D major chord. So this first part of the melody is a pickup, so it happens just before the bar, and I believe it's happening on the and of two. So if I count this in, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then it comes in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So that's good to know. So let's look at where we are on the fretboard. So our first note here is going to be the 9th fret on the G string. Then we jump to the 10th fret on the B. So this is climbing up like an open D chord shape. So 9th fret on the G, 10th fret on the B, and then 9th fret on the top E string. And then when we land on the 10th fret of the top E string, that's where the chords come in. So we land there on the 10th fret of the top E string, and then we're going to bend this note up a full tone. Then we bring it back down, but we don't let it bend back down. So we've gone... We then mute the note once it's bent, bring it back down to the 10th fret, pluck that 10th fret again on the top E string, then the 9th fret on the top E string, then we go back down that D shape, so that would be the 10th fret on the B, then the 9th fret on the G string, then we have this little phrase. So what that is, it's going to be on the G string, so 7, 6, 7, and then 5th fret on the B string. So that first phrase all together should sound like this. Then the next part repeats that phrase again, except we don't bend this note this time, we just hang on that one. So let me just quickly talk you through that. So we've got 9th fret on the G string, 10th fret on the B, 9th fret on the top E, then we got 10th fret on the top E, then 9th fret on the E, going back down that arpeggio. So that's 10th fret on the B, 9th fret on the G, Then we've got 7, 6, 7 on the G string, 5th fret on the B. Then we land on the root note, which is the 7th fret on the D string. So that second phrase all together should sound like this. So let me play everything so far. So we should have this. So we've just gone through these two phrases. So we'll call them phrase 1 and phrase 2. So phrase 1 has that bend in it, which sounds like this. And phrase 2 doesn't do that, it goes. So we've got phrase 1, phrase 2, then that repeats. And then we have phrase 1 again, which is exactly the same. And then phrase 2, it's just very slightly different. When we climb up this arpeggio, it sounds slightly different. So I'm going to play phrase 1 and phrase 2, but for the second time. So. So the way it climbs that arpeggio, you got. You might have noticed in the playthrough, the way I phrase this is I put in a lot of embellishments that maybe aren't in the recording, just because that's fun. I enjoy doing that. So little twiddles and things that do exist in the recording, but I'll put them in different places. So for example, like at the end of that phrase, I've got this little. So feel free to embellish this melody in any way you feel you want to. So once we've done phrase 1 and phrase 2 twice, we have this kind of interlude melody that goes like this. So what that is we're starting on the major third, so that's our 6th fret on the G string. So there we're going 6, 7, 6, 7. And then we're landing on the 5th fret on the B string. And then we're going to continue to climb up the scale. So there from the 5th fret, we're going to go 7th fret on the B string. And then the 5th fret on the top E. And then the 7th fret on the top E. And then we go to the 5th fret on the B string. So the first part of that sounds like this. The next part sounds like this. And what that is 5, 5, 7, 5, 7, but one of those is a pull-off. So the first time I get to the 7th fret, I'm pulling off to the 5th. So I've got 5, 7, pull off to the 5th, 7 again. Then we're going to do 9, 10, 9. So again, that phrase should sound like this. And again, those last two notes, the 10th to the 9th is a pull-off. If you pay attention to the track and do some active listening, you might be able to notice some of these things, whether they're picked notes or pull-offs or hammer-ons. So it's important to engage your active listening when you listen to these tracks. It's a lot, it really affects the phrasing. So when you phrase, if you were going to improvise, I think that's where a lot of the sound comes from. So if I pick all of that, you can hear a difference in the feeling between picking all the notes and sort of having some legato in there with hammer-ons and pull-offs. So if I... That's all just a feel thing. So again, I would say experiment with this melody and try it. Maybe you could try pick every note and also try it with some legato. So I'll do that as an experiment now with this little interlude phrase. So if I go... So there's quite a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs in there. Let me try pick all of it. Yeah, it feels more spiky, I would say. Definitely have those hammer-ons and pull-offs in there. So after we've done that little interlude, we go back to the main theme again, and that's played exactly the same. So we've got phrase 1, then phrase 2, and then that repeats itself. After the main theme, we're going to then go to what I call theme 2, which sounds like this. So you'll notice here that the harmony changes a little bit. So behind all of that, we've got the chords of G and then A. So it changes between those two until the very last phrase where there's an E chord before we go back to the main theme. Okay, so if we look at theme 2, so it's kind of changing from A major to A minor or A Dorian. So the first part of this, we've got 7th fret on the D string, 4th fret on the G, 5th fret on the G, and then back to the 4th fret on the G. So that's the first bit. Then we hit that fret again. Then we slide up to the 7th fret on the G. Then we pluck that note again. Then the 5th fret on the B string. Then we go down an A major arpeggio. So that would be 6th fret on the G, 7th fret on the D, and then 7th fret on the A. So again, all of that together in context. Then we have this phrase. So what that is there is 7th fret on the A string. Then we've got 4th fret on the D, and then we pluck the 5th fret twice on the D string. That should sound like this. Then we pluck that fret again. So there we've got 5th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret. Then we've got 7th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the A string, then 4th fret on the A string, and then root note on the D string, that's the 7th fret. So that phrase should sound like this. Okay, the next part sounds like this. So what that is 4th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the D string, 7th fret on the D string, 4th fret on the G, 5th fret on the G, back to the 7th fret on the D string, and then the 4th fret on the G. So again, that phrase should sound like this. From there, we pluck that fret again. So 4th fret on the G. Sliding up to the 7th on the G. We pluck that note again. And we pluck the 5th fret on the B. So altogether, that should sound like... Then what we do here is we climb up, I think it's Mixolydian, essentially. Yeah, so we're starting on the 6th fret of the G, then the 7th fret of the G, 5th fret of the B, 7th fret of the B, 8th fret of the B, then 10th fret, 12th fret, 15th, and then on the 17th, we're doing a full tone bend up and down. Okay, so you don't let it bend back down. So you bend up, mute it, bring it back down, and then pluck that note again. So all together in context, that should sound like this. And that's theme 2. So let me play theme 2 again for you in its entirety. So that should sound like this. So after that, we're going to return again to the main theme, And the main difference here between the last time we played it and now is there's going to be some triplets at the end of the phrase. So I'll play that for you and then talk you through it. So we've got... So it's just that last part there. We've got... It's all exactly the same notes as they are at the end of theme 1, but it's just triplets this time. So if this is our tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then when we land on this note, what's happening is it's jumping to the end of theme 2. So that's ascending that scale again. So that should sound... Let me put those two bits together. So we've got the triplets at the end of theme 1, and then we're going to play the end of theme 2. So that should sound like this. So it's very similar to the end of theme 2, but there's a couple of differences. So it's actually ascending the Dorian scale. So this is A Dorian, so we're starting on the root note there, on the 7th fret of the D. Then we've got 4th fret of the G, 5th fret of the G, 7th fret. Then we jump to the B string, got the 5th fret, then the 7th, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, and then here this is, what is that, a minor third bend, so. And this time we do bend back down, so that note is going up to that like minor 7th in the key. So what note is that? A G, so we're bending up to a G on the B string, 17th fret, and then bending back down. So just for context, we've got the, what is it? What are we playing? The end of theme 1 as triplets, and then we're going to play the end of theme 2, but it's like ascending the Dorian scale. So here's that for you one more time. Great. Then we're into the piano solo, but we're going to leave it there for today. Okay, so that concludes everything that we're going to look at in Jessica so far. If you've enjoyed this video, please let us know and we can look at some other things in the song, maybe the harmony part to this main theme. There's a piano solo, which we won't look at, but there's also 2 guitar solos with some interesting bits that happen in the middle, some unison parts. If you would be interested in learning that stuff, please let us know. Thanks very much for tuning into this video. If you have any queries or questions, all the information should be in the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.